Hey guys, welcome back to another Let's Play. Today we're playing Empires of the Undergrowth, and I've already played a little bit. Oh, I clicked on forum and now I'm on the internet. Get rid of that. There we go. So you got all these things you can look at. Other modes I haven't done. All I've done is went to Formicary, and you can see I have 2 save files. We're just going to go ahead and start another one. Trying to remember to capitalize, spell correctly, all that good stuff for when I upload videos. That way it's not just punctuation. So we do that. Now we're going into the actual game.
Ah, I see the Queen has taken well to her new home.
It's fascinating. She has already started to spawn. Incredible, really, that we found such a healthy specimen.
How long until we can expect to see interspecies polymorphism?
We should be patient and allow the colony to grow first. I've placed food nearby. Then we will introduce the Vomica Fusca and observe the reaction.
Excellent. Keep me updated on their progress.
The first couple times you saw I had 2 save files already. I didn't know this was here. As you guys can see up here, every time that's my territory. In the actual Formicarium, you can only have so much territory. You have to do missions to earn the ability to have more territory. You've got to do missions to get royal jelly, to do the tech tree. You got food, your number of worker ants, your number of soldier ants. Here's your tech tree. See, there's a lot. All I have is the queen and the worker. This is everything mission related that is out today. It's still in early access. But we're going to go ahead and get into this. Costs 5 food to make a food storage. I don't think you get that back if you destroy it, but So now I've got a food storage, and I can tell my ants, put them in the right in a group. I always try for octagon as best you can. It's because of upgrading your actual tiles. So now that I've done that, I can go ahead and I have the ability to make worker ants. They're gonna come over here. It costs 20
The
food
Queen
a
has begun
pop.
to lay new eggs.
Perfect. We will soon have a thriving colony.
Yeah. So spawning, the queen comes with, her royal guard of 7. But now I've got the nest group, and I've got group 1. So I can send group 1 over here. This is just where they'll report to. Here's the exit. We're going to go ahead and knock that out since we can, so you guys can see it. Gotta wait for an ant to dig it out. Now this unlocks the overworld. So basically, ant keepers, they're scientists in the game, but ant keepers actually do. They make the formicarium, and they make an outworld, and via tubing, the ants, like, it's like they come out of the ground. But the formicarium allows you to view what's going on. So I can order my ants to come out to the outworld, and they'll run around up here and do stuff. Now, there's not a lot you can actually do without, going through the missions. It's a pretty good game. We're going to do this mission. I'm just going to do it on medium. First time play bonus rewards. You get extra stuff. You get 20 territory for it instead of, whatever it normally is. 51 royal jelly. So, now we're in...
This Formica Fusca queen has set up home beneath a rotting log. She is fat and vulnerable. Her first brood will need to move quickly if the colony is to survive. Their priority now is to find food, and there is plenty around. But there are other hungry creatures down here. The workers will need to be vigilant. The ants have encountered a pocket of woodworm. These defenseless weevil larvae will make an excellent meal for the colony. They will be butchered and carried off for processing.
So, as you guys can see, I'm still trying to keep with the octagon. It gets difficult. But we need a food storage. We don't have enough food to build a food storage. We have no food. Now we have food, because this serves as the queen's royal workers spawning area and a food storage. So now, whenever ants encounter any food, they're going to automatically bring it over here to our food storage. I'll probably have to expand, but no. And dig that out. We're gonna dig that out. I think I screwed up. I didn't need to dig that out. I do need more workers though. Group 1 is to report to Group 1's spawning area.
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
Sure it is. We're gonna go with that, just to have a little bit more. And then we're just gonna send Group 1 over here where we know there is food. We can see it. We already killed it. They just haven't harvested. So, now we're gonna get more food. Now, as you can see, our objective is currently kill all nearby creatures. We're just going on a murdering spree, basically. Nothing left over here. We're gonna go ahead and report over here. Gonna dig that out. Dig those out. It's not really keeping with the octagon now, but now, different type of ant. Black ant, Formica fusca. This is a fighting ant, as you can see by it goes into the fighting ant section. Now these guys are just going to report to Group 1. As you can see, we only have 4. I could have cut down on how many ants I had, or how many workers I had, but I kind of needed it. Now, I'm going to have everybody report over here, because we're going to go into here. There are smarter paths to take, but for right now, we're on medium. You always want to pull your guys forward when you're going into a room. Otherwise, your 2 worker ants are just going to get annihilated.
Carnivorous larvae of Ocypus olens, the devil's coach horse.
Yeah.
They are born ready for combat, with powerful slicing mandibles for chopping up their prey. They are still small, however, and must undergo a final pupation before their armor is fully developed. If the ants are fast, they should be able to overwhelm these critters.
Yeah, I think we
If the ants
overwhelmed
disturb
them.
the adult of these larvae, the outcome for the colony may not have been so fortunate. They must expand with caution.
Yeah, expand with caution. Now we're going to go over here. Yeah, there's more stuff right over here. There's a lot of food, but there's 3 guys. There's only 2 guys right here, denoted by the exclamation points. There's 3 guys, bunch of food, bunch of food, bunch of food, bunch of food. Yeah. In later missions, this tricks you. Yeah. It acts like, oh, there's not as many people in there. I should go for that. No. And you'll see why.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Yep. Now, whenever one of these eggs goes green, it's ready to hatch. But it costs so much to hatch. These are, I think they're like 2 to hatch, 2 food, and these are 5. Regardless if it's the first ant or not, it costs. So if you've got this big army and no food and half of your army
This colony
dies,
must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support
you
greater
don't
numbers.
get new. Just because. There are upgrades that you can get, like Royal Decree, I think it's called. The Queen's health drops below 75%. And for like 30 seconds, your spawning areas spawn their own eggs. The nest workers actually take eggs from the queen and bring them to the spawning area. And that's how you get new, ants. But the thing is,
Predators are loose in the nest.
everything's going
The larvae
down.
must be protected.
The workers aren't doing.
The colony
Like,
is
see, one
starving.
just died.
There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
One died, and I ran out of food immediately. So they're gonna gather up all that food. We're gonna get our workers, our soldiers back, and we're gonna expand because we need more than we have by a long shot. So there's another 3 right there, but this is our fighting ant chamber, our warriors. And like I was saying, upgrades. we really don't want to poke a hole through here because then it counts as a tier 1 or a tier 0 instead of a tier 1. So like this guy has got tier 1, tier 1, tier 1, tier 1, tier 1 all around him in that octagon shape. So he's good. He can upgrade. But I'm pretty sure if I come over here, oh, I can upgrade. I haven't bought it in the Formicarium. I guess it doesn't count since it's not in the Formicarium. But I don't have the food to upgrade that. But I've got 6 out of 6 because there's 6 tier 1s around him. So I can upgrade him. You can do that on up to 3. You know, more health, more speed, more melee capability, more whatever. But we're only on medium. So I'm just going to direct my ants to just plow through here. Like, this is all tier 0. So it doesn't give you a boost when upgrading. Now, I could have, like, put my warriors down here.
Must be protected.
Well, that's just great. Game crashed. You know, these things happen. It's, you know, sorry for the black screen, guys, but these things happen. It's in, you know, development still. It's really nothing we can really do about it. Are you gonna... There we go. Now, continue. Sucks when that happens. But, yeah, we're back in the Formicarium. The mission didn't do anything. Until you beat it, you can't do challenge mode. Challenge mode is interesting. But we're just gonna go ahead.
The Fusker Queen has set up home beneath a rotting log. She is fat and vulnerable. Her first brood will need to move quickly if the colony is to survive. Their priority now is to find food, and there is plenty around. But there are other hungry creatures down here. The workers will need to be vigilant.
So
the
just
ants
set
have
them to...
encountered a pocket of woodworm. These defenseless weevil larvae will make an excellent meal for the colony. They will be butchered and carried off for processing.
Now, I'm going to do this a little differently because it is up to whatever you want to do. So, now, we're just going to clear that out a little bit. Get that nice octagon going on, maybe. We'll have to work at it a little bit. But, because I do want to go this way, I'm just going to do that. You can upgrade your food tiles, but meh. We don't need to. So, that gave us 130. We're going to go ahead and spend another 5. And that'll give us 140, 150. Ended up spending a little more. But, I'm going to put my soldiers down here. And we'll just fill this in and then octagon it. Octagon's well, I don't even, it might be an octagon. It's 6 sides. It's not an octagon. I don't know why I keep calling it an octagon if it's only got 6 sides, but we're gonna take these guys and tell them to report over here. They'll collect all that food, and then we'll have the food to do whatever we want. Then we're gonna take these guys and we're gonna select pheromone 2, tell them to report here. just so they're ready, because we're going to go right into this. Now, I don't have anybody working right now, because they're just collecting food. Okay, so group 1, everything's collected. They can go back to working on the nest. They're the nest group. Group 2, however, needs to expand. If I pop these two, that'll give me this being an octagon. And I got plenty of room that way, so we don't have to worry about that. Pop these, pop these. That puts us in a nice 6-sided shape. Whatever that's called. So, if you noticed last time, I put my worker group over here, and I had 2 different worker groups. I can't split these 6, I can't split these 7. How you do that is you put a different spawning group. The pheromones or whatever.
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
The pheromones actually react to the spawning group. 2, this is group 2. Right now it is.
The workers have uncovered carnivorous larvae of Ocypus olens, the devil's coach horse. They are born ready for combat. With
As you
powerful
see, I
slicing
don't have
mandibles for chopping up their prey.
a
They are
lot
still
of
small,
soldier
however,
ants.
and must undergo a final pupation before their armor is fully developed. If the
But-
ants are fast, they should be able to overwhelm these critters.
I've got plenty.
If the ants are disturbed the adult of these larvae, the outcome for the colony may not have been so fortunate. They must expand with caution.
I'll expand however I want to, which is with caution. So, we're gonna just move our soldiers over here. We'll get more food if I come over here. Just go ahead and get rid of that. Sometimes it works, it's in beta.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae
See, I didn't
must be
pull them
protected.
forward, so I just lost one of the queen's workers, one of the nest workers. Now the soldiers, as you've seen, actually pick up food, and they carry it back to the nest. We can go ahead and tell them not to do that. We can tell them not to fight. These guys, I'm going to tell them not to fight, so they'll just gather food and run away. That way, I forget they don't die every time. Now, we do need that worker group. It's nice to have. Yeah. But, we're short on food now. It's nice to have a group of workers with your soldiers. That way, you're not waiting on. You can have a bigger group because they cost less, but so we need a large army. And this one, we're not on challenge mode, so we don't really need to go overly crazy with having multiple groups.
There are intruders in the nest.
I told you guys not to fight. How else they died? Eh. Yeah, wood lice. He's about to explain.
These wood lice will make a significant addition to the colony's larders, but they are clinging tightly to the ground. It's going to take some effort to dislodge them.
Man. So now we've got a little bit of food, and they're getting more. We can go ahead and expand, have more just to build a bigger army. So, like I was saying about challenge mode, it has its, difficulties. It also has its perks. Because if I'm sitting here right now,
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
hurting for food, challenge mode actually gives you more food. If you can take on the opponents.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Oh, that's nice. Now, we're gonna do something a little cheeky. Of course, we're gonna move the army up here, but okay, we're not at the right level for what I was thinking. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and, the queen's right here. We don't want the queen to die. Queen dies, game over. Right? So, yeah, we're gonna do something a little cheeky.
There are intruders in the nest.
Which apparently includes my whole army just walking away with food, but quit gathering food, go kill those. Oh, there's too many for just a couple ants to deal with. Yeah. Food stores are full. That's a good thing. It acts like it's a bad thing. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and expand. As you see, we can't expand that way anymore. There's no point in taking this down. And we're going to call our army back. Because I want to expand and I can't. Yeah, you gotta be careful about doing that. Oh, I keep expanding. Dang. I didn't realize that. Otherwise, I would have kept my army up there. Alright. Well, yeah, go collect food. Collect food, that way we can expand. Once we get a big enough army, we can just roll through this map. I know what you guys are thinking. You have 12 workers and 21. That's not enough. And they're gonna run all the way up here. Gather all this food. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna breach into here, kill these guys, breach here. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna breach into this, and then we're gonna go all the way over here and get this. And then we'll probably kill these guys, get that. We might just go up here and not mess with those guys, but we're gonna kill these guys next. We got all the food? Okay. Boom, boom,
This
boom.
colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
So, we're gonna breach.
There are intruders in the nest.
Yeah.
colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
We're just gonna do a little bit of that. Little, I guess you'd call it a pro tip, since I've already done this. I already know that you can do that. Eh. Just like I already know that if you're careful, you can just go right through here. But we're gonna stop them real quick, because if I accidentally breach, there's a fight right there. I want to get this taken care of first. Yeah, they're hauling all that food back. It starts to take a while, because until the food is stored, you can't use it. Yeah. But we're getting a decent sized army. We're just gonna go ahead, dig out that next layer. I keep forgetting those guys are there. Okay. Let's go kill those guys, get that food.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
It's funny, he says the larvae must be protected, but they walk past the larva and go straight to the queen every time. Okay, now have our army report up here. We've got a decent sized army, and should I screw up and breach this room, this one, we should be fine. Should be.
Predators are loose in the
Oh,
nest.
yeah.
The larvae must be protected.
Should have went up another row. Like I said, we're
The
fine.
colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Get up there and fight, guys. See, we got a little close, but we waltzed right in. I'll even dig this out real quick. My army's right here. I know it's gonna be fine. I got a little too close, trying not to get too close to that. Which, you know, is better. It was a small group that more than likely we could handle.
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
Okay, army, roll in there and just get all that food. Food. Now we're gonna come. And the army's already here. We'll just breach in.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Food stores are full. Hey, see, they just pop. Hold the ground right there. Hold the ground right there. That way they can group up and reinforcements. I was a little under prepared because most of my army was scattered hauling food. But yeah, it just cost me a little extra food. But as you guys can see, yeah, we handled it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut a hole in that, and cut a hole in that, just so we can get a little closer. It's not the smartest move for, safety reasons, but at this point, if you are gonna lose, you're not gonna lose because they snuck past you. Because your army was over here and a guy got in there and got the queen. You're not going to lose because of that. You're going to lose because you didn't have a strong enough army to take on whatever came. I think we got all the food. Yeah, we got all the food. I'm gonna breach this wall right here as soon as I get a pile of ants built up. Yeah. All that food we had just went to popping those guys. I expanded. Okay, pile of ants achieved.
There are intruders in the nest. The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Yeah, there's plenty of food. We just gotta kill it. Now, the next group we want to take on is not this guy. We're going to take on this guy. Nice pile of ants going on.
There are intruders in the nest. The ants have stumbled into the path of a fully developed devil's coach horse beetle, and it's hungry for breakfast. The beetle is almost 4 times the size of a black ant, and protected by thick plates of external armor. Whilst it bites at the tiny defenders, it sprays foul-smelling secretions from the end of its raised abdomen, disorientating the ants. The devil's coach horse is dead. Its corpse will provide food to support dozens of new brood.
Yeah. I think I killed it, guys. I don't know, the announcer seemed like he was a little surprised. Now, we don't really need this big of an army, it just makes it easier. Notice I didn't even bother to upgrade anything. Okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and direct our army right here. We're gonna breach this room next.
There are intruders in the nest.
Just mop it up. And now, all that's left is the group up here. We got 54 soldiers. They're saying we can't store any more food. But you gotta have food to get new soldiers.
The larvae must be protected.
And just watch those ants go to town. Just watch that number. It flutters around 50 to 54. We still got babies and an adult. Oh, no. I think we just got the adult. We win.
This Formica fusca colony has now established itself as a rising power in the Undergrowth. Soon their territory will need to expand above ground, where new challenges await. For the time being, however, the Queen is safe.
So that was mission 1. Now, you get to choose a reward. Get extra territory, extra food. Excuse me. Oh. That was a good one. But you get extra food or extra royal jelly. I always go with the extra royal jelly until I don't need it. Because I really don't need the food. I get food easily. I don't really need the territory yet, and it's only going to give me 8 more. So we want that extra royal jelly, because royal jelly is hard to get. You know, it just gave me 71, but some of the upgrades cost 150. So yeah. Now you come back to your formicarium. Mission's over.
How is the colony progressing?
The Queen is exhibiting
Here's all that
interesting
food.
behaviors. I believe the colony is beginning to adapt.
Yep. There's all of that food. So, we want to expand a little bit. Because we do want to upgrade our food storage. Huh. See, food storage is full already. So we just got all of that food. And if you think about it, the scientists want us to thrive. So here's a bunch of food. So to be strong, faster. Now my workers are 14 strong. They're still bringing in food. You notice the little red dot? It's one of those little mealworms. Yeah, they're collecting food still. There's another mealworm. But other than that, oh, we got the royal jelly to spend. So, Gene Thief Queen, Formica Erector Queens lay eggs for the colony and may have multiple species within the same colony. Costs 150 royal jelly, and then you have to pay another 150, I think, to pick which kind of wood I am. But we want to unlock this. Requires 75. Before you can actually do the Formica challenge, which is your Formicarium actually is challenged. No, it's not your random group outside of the Formicarium. It's you're actually there. So, dang, I got 23 points to spend on renovations. And now I have 11 left. But all that food, you gotta do something with it. Yeah, look at that. 20 workers strong. In the Formicarium, you kind of want to have a lot of workers because, you know, you might want to downgrade later on. But for purposes of now, until you have that large fleet of soldiers, you just gotta have a lot of workers. Because you'll be sitting here waiting on, they've been harvesting all of this food that we earned in the challenge. They'll be harvesting this for a while. I have 33 workers currently. And my food storage is about to max out. Right now I can only have 100 max population. I've got it up to 150. I think it's 25 for each Formicarium challenge. Yeah. Next time we're going to be doing this mission and maybe this mission. But as for today, I am out of time. So I'll see you guys in the next video.